And the New York Times reports today that unreleased census figures show that 100 million Americans, that is 1 in 3 of us, live below or only just above the poverty line.
Almost all crime is caused by white-collar crime. The guy stealing a loaf of bread, he's arrested right away. But the guy stealing millions and billions from investors, he's still up there. And I heard a lot of people's property was totally lost. That is a disgrace. It's theft. They're not happy with me at all. They think I'm a traitor. But I'm not. How can you be a traitor to the people? You can't be a traitor to the people. We are people. They're people. I'm trying to let them know you're one of us. And these bankers up here, they're cutting their health care, they're cutting their pensions, they're cutting their salaries, and they don't even know it. And they've got to become aware of that. Listen, thank you for covering it, because without coverage, this thing does not exist. Corporate America does not want you out here. They want to shut you up. You're the speakers for us, so I thank you for covering this.
Why are you here, sir?
To support these people that are getting exploited by Wall Street. And there's so much suffering going on, and it's because of the 1%, and it has to stop.
All right, it's the first 2 months of Occupy Wall Street featured the Rebel Alliance making surprising gains. I think it's fair to say this past week was when the empire struck back. On Tuesday, Mayor Bloomberg ordered police in riot gear to clear the occupiers out of Zuccotti Park in an early morning raid. Police destroyed the occupiers' personal belongings, including 5,500 or so books in the People's Library on site. One city councilman, Ydanis Rodriguez, was thrown to the ground, beaten, and arrested at the scene. Mayor Bloomberg and police made sure it was all done away from the prying eyes of the press, who were blocked from Zuccotti Park, supposedly for their own safety, according to the city. Then on Thursday, protesters organized a day of action to mark the 2-month anniversary of the Occupy movement, a protest known on Twitter as #N17. 1,000 protesters gathered near New York Stock Exchange in an almost entirely nonviolent demonstration. There were, however, a few exceptions. 7 officers and 10 protesters were injured, according to police. Thursday night, thousands marched over the Brooklyn Bridge in a peaceful protest, and I was there. I'll talk more about that later. Also Thursday, there were protests and arrests in Los Angeles, St. Louis, Portland, Oregon, and other cities around the country. More than 300 arrested Thursday, 252 in New York City alone. Captain Lewis, you were arrested, charged with disorderly conduct, including disrupting traffic and refusing to move on. There was an image of you being arrested in your dress blues down in front of the New York Stock Exchange that went kind of viral, and we were all in the office sort of marveling at it. There's some footage of you being arrested.
And I saw this action being taken by these protesters and the conditions they were living in, and the fact that they were not doing this for themselves, they were doing this for all people who were suffering injustice. And that conviction that they had for social justice just inspired me, and I couldn't do anything else but come down.
I have been really upset by the various police overreactions we've seen across the country, and it seems consistent. I mean, you have seen time and time again non-threatening, non-violent, peaceful protesters being the subject of force, batons, pepper spray. I want to play this video, which is sort of making the rounds this morning now. This is students at UC California, Davis, sitting down completely peacefully, linked arms, protesting tuition hikes, and this is what happens to them. The person who emailed that to me this morning said it looked like someone spraying cockroaches. That was pepper spray. What is your reaction when you see a video like that?
My reaction is corporate America is using their own police department as hired thugs, and that's a disgrace.
Yeah, there you go, baby. Yeah, that's a real cop. A real cop. That's a real cop. That's a real cop. That's a real cop! Hey, we got a real cop here! That's a real one! Pay attention!
He's retired, he's got a pension. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but you know
That doesn't affect his pension at all.
Hey, your pension will go away soon enough because of these guys, please.
Yeah, it will.
And if not you, other people who have pensions who work just as hard.
Have you seen the Republicans that are running?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, hey, yeah, no kidding.
It's like an insane asylum.
You worried about this? You're worried about this?
Hey, you know,
You let Newt
they're
Gingrich run.
all bought.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
How am I going to stop Newt Gingrich from running? I can't stop
They're
him.
all bought. If you don't think Obama's bought too, they're all bought.
We started